With a view to educate the Indian travel fraternity about catering to LGBTQ tourism, the International LGBTQ Travel Association held a day-long symposium in New Delhi. In an interview with India Outbound, John Tanzella, President and CEO of IGLTA, says that there is a huge market for LGBTQ travel in India, both as a destination to receive foreign tourists as well as a source market for outbound travel needs of the community.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. India's long been on my list of countries to visit. And as far as a symposium, it's also been on a list for IGLTA to have a presence here. So we're long overdue, but we've received a very warm welcome to be here. So I'm very happy to be here. Well, it's part of a plan by having a symposium here, bringing light to our organization and the work that we do around the world in elevating LGBTQ tourism. And India is a really big market, both inbound and outbound, but we just haven't had a symposium here yet. We're planning to hire staff in India as well and start attending more travel tourism conferences in the country. I think it's a great start. Obviously, we will continue to be coming here, different staff from IGLTA. We have staff in 10 countries, so we're spread out, and we'll start coming to India more frequently for conferences and doing presentations, engaging with the tourism industry here in India on behalf of LGBTQ+ tourism, both to India and to help those exiting India to use welcoming travel suppliers. So the foundation was set up to support our business members in the travel industry and travel industry as a whole with three key pillars, which is research, education, and leadership. So obviously having a symposium here is about education and helping the travel industry professionals here understand the market, the nuances, the trends, the value, how to best welcome the community. Oh, it's huge. The India market is really large for many countries, whether it's the UK, whether it's the United States, Canada, etc. But then when you narrow that down to the LGBTQ market, it's also very large. So it's really helping educate, train tourism professionals in India on how best to service their clients that are part of the community. So they're utilizing travel suppliers in destinations around the world that we work with who will welcome their clients that are part of the community. Well, it takes time, of course, like everything. And in India, although it's a new market for IGLTA, it's not a new market for LGBTQ tourism. Certainly a lot of community members here travel the world, and a lot of our tour operators bring groups to India all the time. So it's not new for the world, it's just new for IGLTA. But what we're trying to do is help educate on the nuances of the community and how best to service your clients that are LGBTQ. Well, we'll find out. I just arrived yesterday, so I haven't yet met them, but tomorrow at our symposium, I'm meeting 100 different travel companies. So there seems to be a lot of interest in at least learning about the market. I'm sure there's businesses here doing great things already that we just don't know yet, but that's part of what this trip is involved with. I think India is a really strong market for many destinations already. And so what we're doing is trying to capitalize on this community within the India tourism, because India is a major, major market for tourism around the world. So our role is really specifically in the LGBTQ market. So what we want to do is help businesses here identify when they're sending LGBTQ travelers to wherever, that our members know that they're coming and welcome them. This hotel, for example, Lalit, does a phenomenal job for welcoming members of the LGBT community to the properties. So we have a lot of members around the world that do that, and it's really just getting them to know who best to service their clients. Well, a lot of what we do is education. So we do educational symposiums like tomorrow, but then we also do a lot of online educational programs most every month, featuring destinations, businesses, events. So there could be opportunities for Indian businesses to market to travel agents outside of India, maybe selling to India, that we do a lot of educational symposiums. But also, we're running discounted rates for India right now to try to help encourage businesses to join our association and be part of our community. And then we also run a very foundation-funded discount for LGBT-owned travel businesses. Well, for the symposium that we're putting together, it'll be every year, probably this time of year, every year. We most likely will add other cities to it. So we'll continue with Delhi, but then maybe add Mumbai and maybe some other destinations in India and kind of do a road show around the country. Spain is obviously one that's very welcoming. Italy has become very welcoming. We just had our convention there. Of course, Canada and the United States are very open. Mexico. Japan is doing a lot in our space, and Thailand is. England. I'm trying to think. South Africa is also very popular for our community. But even in it's hard to say a whole country because there's nuances within every country of different rural versus urban.